Have you ever been attacked by anxiety? Or has fear ever struck you to your very soul? Just like in Hogwarts, the Bogart, once you open the closet, your greatest fear will come out. Is it a spider that traps you with his web and you're trapped like a fly that can't even move? Or is your greatest fear being bitten and consumed by zombies like The Walking Dead or Kingdom? One bite would change your life. Or is it social anxiety that you can't sit with the cute girls or the in girls or the in crowd to be an outsider your whole life? Or is it deeper within like a family resentment, not being able to please your dad or your mom? Is your anxiety caused by not being able to shoot your shot with the love of your life? The fear of missing out on the person that you love the most, or losing him to like your friend, your best friend, or to your rivals? Oh my. Sometimes if we let our fear paralyze us, it could be like a basilisk or Medusa, one look in its eyes, and it will cripple us with fear. Like Freddy Krueger who opens the door to our worst nightmares, surrounding us, hovering around us, never leaving us wherever we go. These moments like these, they suck the life out of us, like the Dementors, sucking our soul, sucking our happiness, sometimes even immobilizing us and paralyzing us so we can't even move. And our friends and family who love us dearly are just standing there, not knowing what to do, because deep down we know the reason and the cause is within us. It is us that will have to face the battle. Because even the most talented of us, like Azula, the child prodigy, pride of the Fire Nation, fell to her own anxiety. It twisted her mind to the point that she could no longer control her skills. Even King Theoden fell to the darkness as the whispered lies in his mind, captivating him and capturing him. It clouds our judgment to the point that we can no longer see our goals or have any hope for the future. It's like a deep darkness penetrating our minds deep within that tries to get so much of our control. We struggle and try to fight it off, trying to rip it off just like the symbiote in Spider-Man. Doing our best, but sometimes it just slowly consumes us, slowly changing our identity as it slowly takes over control to the point that we become the monsters we never expected or dreaded or wanted to be. So what should we do? What can mere men, mortals do when surrounded by great darkness of anxiety, depression, and doubt? Will we ride out to meet them, to face your dreaded foe? As they say in Star Wars, fear, confronting fear, is the path every Jedi must take. And sometimes the thing we're most afraid of is ourselves, our own doubts, our own fears. Let me tell you a real life story how someone was able to overcome anxiety. In the ancient times, the armies of the Philistines gathered to challenge Israel to war. And they had a champion, a giant that was very big. And he threatened Israel day by day for 40 days, taunting them, challenging the armies of Israel and their God. Because of the giant, the Israelites were fearful and they were scared. I like the orc would say, this fear, the city's racked with it. There was this young boy named David who was looked down upon by all his family members until the day Samuel the prophet anointed him to be king in the future. Because of the war, the father of David told him, go into the war lines and give bread to your brothers who are currently fighting in the war. When David went to the war lines, he asked, why are all you soldiers trembling in fear? Then the soldiers told him about the giant. So David was like, huh? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that is taunting the armies of the Lord? What will be done with the person who kills him? Then the people told him, King Saul will exempt his family from paying taxes and he will give him his daughter in marriage. And when his brother heard about this, he was like, what are you doing, you wicked person? You just came here to see the battle. Just like family members always are the ones who don't believe you at the start. But King Saul was able to hear about that and he brought David over and he was like, what makes you think you can defeat a giant? King David was like, when I was protecting my sheep in the wilderness, a bear and a lion attacked me, but I was able to slay them both, and I will do the same to this Philistine who mocks the armies of the living God. So then David found 5 stones from the riverbed and got his sling and prepared to fight Goliath, the giant. And when Goliath, seeing that he was a young boy, ruddy and handsome in appearance, Goliath told him, am I a dog that you come to me with sticks? Come to me and I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field. Then David replied, You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God and the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver your head into my hand, and I will strike you down and cut off your head, and I will give it to the birds of the air and the wild beasts of the earth, and all earth will know that there is a God in Israel. So then the giant charged at him and threw his javelin, but missed David. And David, sling in his hand, threw the stone, and it hit the giant on the head. Then he fell. And after that, David, seeing the giant was knocked out, took his sword and sliced off his head. And the Lord gave David and the whole Israel a great victory. Just like he can give you a great victory over your anxiety and fear if you put your trust and hope in him. Nothing will stand in your way. See you in the next episode.